Well, here we are in the at-home kitchen with our bestest friend, Arlene, that helps
Thank
us
you,
with all of our
Amanda. It's so
recipes.
nice to be with you today. Remember, I kept saying it's going to be 4th of July.
It is.
We're getting ready,
It's upon
and
us.
this is the day. And today we're going to do a lot of instructional things to help you plan yours, because for the last couple of weeks we've been doing recipes that you can make as part of your menu. So today you're going to do a dip, because we're going to show you some things. We're going to talk assembly today. And this is one of the easiest dips you'll ever, I mean, it's a multi-purpose. You can use it anytime, any place, for almost anything. Vegetables, meat, tortilla chips, whatever. You can use it as a dressing on a salad. Very easy. We're making a lot because we're planning our buffet for about 15 people. So you have to think in realms a little bit more than what you do for your family. You want to make sure, why don't you put that in the bowl first, okay? And you want to think about what you're going to have. You include your family, your friends, make out your list. And then, as I said, I like to make things that are multi-purpose. You could do the plain hamburgers and hot dogs, and that's okay. Potato salad, whatever. But I think everybody's trying to be a little bit more conscious of what we're eating and try to eat more healthy. So this is a good example, this dip that Amanda's making. But let me talk to you, and Amanda, you can listen too, because I think that we all can learn. This is a platter of fresh vegetables. Fresh is the key. Get it the day before if possible, and you don't want to use frozen. You want to use fresh as can be, okay? There's a garden, like sometimes you have these places along the roadside that you can get good fresh stuff right out of the fields. Buy it. Help that guy out, but buy it. It's always good. Now, if you'll see, this is a platter of vegetables. And there's all, you can put both of those in at the same time. Now, we're making a big batch. You only use a single of this, but okay. And then you just cut them, and you want to, what we did here, we made this for display with color in mind. We didn't put all the whites together. We didn't put all the red things together. We didn't put all the green things. We broke it up because you eat with your eye before you eat with your palate. So this is, we have all kinds of things. We have red pepper, green pepper, cauliflower. We have cherry tomatoes. We have green olives, fresh carrots, broccoli, radishes, cucumbers, green onions, scallions, and black olives, and just a variety. Now that's appealing. But what I do with this, we put a big bowl of lettuce, all kind of lettuce beside this. So if a person just wants to pick and nibble, if they're going to come in and out all day long, you want to keep this fresh enough. Remember, the best thing you could do here is put this on a bed of ice that would extend the life of this, because if it's hot out, you don't want the heat to get to it. Right. So this is a very easy to do. You can do this early in the morning, cover it, put it in the fridge, bring it out just a little bit after the people start to come. Okay, so that's our veggies. Now, we have a meat and cheese tray also. We didn't put them together because this absolutely has to be refrigerated, because this is meat and cheese. So we put that on a different platter. This one has to be cold all the time. When the first round of people come, they've all made their plates, put it back in the fridge, doctor it up, straighten it up a little bit, put it back in the fridge, covered with foil, cover with plastic wrap first, don't put the foil next to the food, and just replenish if you have to.
I did not know that. You don't put foil
We don't want to
on
get
food.
that aluminum taste on anything. Sometimes some things pick it up and some don't. So you always do the plastic wrap first, okay? And then, you know, people will say, oh my goodness, this is something that I can eat if they're on a restricted diet. There's no gluten here whatsoever, you know, so people can eat that. Not a lot of fats, because you have low-fat cheeses, you have regular cheeses. The thing is that when you are entertaining as the hostess, that's who we are, someone told me when Paul and I were in our first apartment, Arlene, when you're throwing a party, if you spend more time in the kitchen than you do with your guests, you've failed as a hostess.
Wow.
So that takes planning, because you don't want to be in there doing that when all your friends are out there enjoying the outside and the holiday and the kids and the family. You want to be a part of that. But that takes planning. Now, what do you folks do for the 4th of July? Do you have special events?
We do. We're going to my aunt's house, so
Okay.
and everybody brings a certain dish, so that way we don't all have desserts.
That's
or
nice.
meat
Or pies.
or
From what I
pies.
understand about, who was it, Aunt
I
Minnie?
like
What was her
pies.
name? What's the,
Aunt Claudia.
Aunt Claudia makes the pies.
She
Her
does.
reputation is preceding her. But anyway, no, so it's nice because then if they bring some additional things, you're just going to incorporate them in with what you have put out. But you have to make sure if there's a meat that you're going to be serving, you have to make sure you have enough for everybody. You also want to make sure something like this, and your other things that you put around, but people come, they always want to bring something. So you let them bring, if they want baked beans, bring the baked beans.
That's right.
If they want potato salad, bring the potato salad. Or whatever, because people like to feel a part of what you're doing. So I would ask you that on this holiday, because this is the one that we really celebrate our country, and our country really needs to be celebrated. There's so much that we as Christians can do to change and turn the thing. It's not a hopeless situation.
That's right.
With God on our side. In God, we trust. And if we trust him, then we know he will not forsake us.
That's right.
He loves America.
Amen.
He loves America. And we need to really enforce that in what we do, what we say. And you know, if people tend to, if you start talking about the country, people will start talking negative. But you be the bright, shining light that says, hey, wait a minute. You know what? God didn't fall off the throne.
Amen.
He's still there, and he can turn this around. If my people
Yes.
who are called by my name humble themselves and pray,
That's right. Amen.
only God knows what he will do.
Amen.
Only God knows what he will do.
Amen.
So when we come back, we're really going to show you. I know we've just talked some things here, but we're really going to show you the
big display.
grand finale or something like that.
Well, we'll be right back.
Well, it looks like you've got a spread.
Is this colorful or what?
Looks
It
wonderful.
really is
colors.
colorful.
A little bit of everything. We added hot dogs, good beef hot dogs done by the junk. Get the good beef ones. We just grilled them, and honest, if you grilled them like that, they taste like they've been out on a grill. We just did them in the pan. We have watermelon. Of course, you know, our guacamole and our hummus that we made a couple weeks ago, we got it. And then we've got our trays, we've got our fresh lettuce. We have some fresh strawberries here. Sweet as can be, nothing on them.
Don't know where to begin. I think,
Well-
but before we begin, isn't it amazing how God has created such color?
Color, oh, absolutely.
I mean, when you look at the colors in nature, you see all of the vivid colors. How can we not know that God put this together?
Absolutely.
And the smells.
Yeah, the fragrance.
And the fragrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's, you know, he did everything well.
Well, we got to quit talking. It's time to
Well,
quit
what do you
talking.
want to taste?
Well,
Why don't you give us a plate over there?
Yeah,
And,
have one of those over here, young lady.
yeah.
I think I want to try, of course, I had a little bit of this, but I'm going to try a little bit more of this.
Well, yeah, because you like that, right?
I love that. The hummus, you
Guacamole.
Yeah.
can't beat the hummus either.
Yeah.
Although this has got a little garlic to it, let me tell you.
But you know what? There's not like you think, oh, there's a ton of garlic. There's only about 3 cloves in there, but they're pungent. You know, they're really
Watermelon.
pungent.
Well, garlic is one of the most healthy things that you can.
Yeah, it is.
Especially in the
Delicious.
cold and flu season.
Absolutely.
It's like a natural antibiotic.
It is.
It
It
is.
is.
It's very much.
It helps your body grow. You know, and the more healthy foods we eat, the more colorful foods we eat, the healthier our bodies are.
That's right. More fresh.
Because we need that. We need
Sure.
the nutrients that's in this
Because
color.
that's the way God created us. You know, everything he put in the earth is to emphasize and to help us with what our bodies, because he created us to go together. So it helps our bodies, so that's good.
You know, you said something a minute ago. You talked about our freedoms in our nation. You talked about how God has given us the freedom,
Yeah.
and how we as a family need to honor that freedom. And on 4th of July,
Particularly, yeah.
spend some time in Thanksgiving,
Prayer, yes.
in prayer. And you said our country's not done yet. And I know from a prophetic perspective, speaking to many men and women that walk in the power of the prophetic, that God's doing something very special in the
He
United
is.
States.
He absolutely
We're
is.
coming back to a place of leadership, spiritually speaking.
Yes.
Talk about materially or necessarily militarily, but spiritually, a revival is
Absolutely.
growing. People
It's
are coming to know the
brewing.
Lord.
It's
It is brewing.
and it's going to ignite, and it's going to be powerful. Because the Lord promises that before he returns, there's going to be a great great revival. And I cannot wait. Because I do believe, like you've said many times, this is the generation. We're going to see it happen.
Yeah. This summer I'm finishing the book, The Kingdom Generation, and it focuses on that very topic. This is, in my estimation, the generation that's going to have the witness of Jesus coming back. Wow. What a privilege. What a privilege it is. Well, we're going to pray. We're just about ready to pray. We're going to be praying for the prayer needs that they've sent in or called in. But before we do, let's take a look at what's going to be next on tomorrow's
Real Life.